A lot of businesses like banks and hospitals will write off the debts that they just can't collect. Thanks for joining us here at 6, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Hunter Hoagland. News Channel 5 Investigates has found Tennessee has decided to no longer pursue nearly $1 million in unpaid fines. And guess who should have paid these fines, but didn't? Here's investigative reporter Jennifer Krause to tell us.
To run for office, you've got to do more than just put up a few campaign signs. There are forms you have to file and rules to follow, both when you run and after if you're elected. And if you don't, you can face fines up to $10,000.
I'm here on behalf of my campaign to accept responsibility for
From the Tennessee Registry of Election Finance and the Tennessee Ethics Commission.
You would be shocked at how many people show up and want to blame everybody but themselves for not filing something that's due.
But over the last 30 years, hundreds of these fines have never been paid. This is more than $2.5 million.
Correct.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. And
now the state has decided to no longer pursue nearly $1 million of those fines.
But what we learned is that a lot of these were never able to be collected. They would just sit there.
Bill Young, executive director of the Tennessee Bureau of Ethics and Campaign Finance, says when he took the job in 2019, he discovered that there were unpaid fines dating back to 1991.
Next order, Ms. Clark.
So last year, the Tennessee legislature agreed to update the law to allow the Bureau to declare certain fines uncollectible. But first,
we've got to show the public that we've made the effort to try to collect this money, that we've worked with the Attorney General's office. We tried to find these people.
Young says his office went through the hundreds of names and pulled out those who had died or moved and left no forwarding address, or political action committees that had disbanded long ago. They also pulled out older cases where the paper files were thrown out years ago, and smaller cases they felt were not worth the time or money to chase down. Many of the fines they're no longer going to pursue are just $250, though some are as high as $10,000. So what are they for? Well, candidates, elected officials, and PACs all have to disclose who gives their campaigns money and how they spend that money. They also have to disclose any potential conflicts of interest. It's all to promote transparency and accountability. But if you don't file your financial disclosure reports, you get fined.
Is there any compliance issues with it other than this one?
The state watchdog boards will usually send multiple reminders to pay the fine before turning the case over to the state attorney general's office for collection. At least one board member expressed concern, though.
They don't have the time, the ability, or the resources to check.
That the AG's office was part of the problem.
But the bottom line is they're not set up for collections.
And wondered if there couldn't be a better way to get the still outstanding money. And while there will surely be those who question just writing off so many old fines, so much money, registry staff insists they're not writing them off.
We're not saying that we will never pursue them. We're just saying right now it does not make financial sense to do so.
And now they say the staff and AG can focus on cases from 2017 to the present, which adds up to more than $1.5 million in unpaid fines, including $465,000 from former State Representative Jeremy Durham and $360,000 from former Metro Councilman Jonathan Hall. Jennifer Krause, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Thanks, Jennifer. The money from the fines, by the way, goes into the state's general fund. Anyone who owes money cannot run for office again until they pay what they owe.